Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. You can't lose a game if you don't play the game. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide. Men of few words are the best men. Love me or hate me, both are in my favor. For if you love me, I will always be in your heart. If you hate me, I will always be in your mind. He that is proud eats up himself. Pride is his own glass, his own trumpet, his own chronicle. It is far easier for me to teach 20 what were right to be done than be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. Being born is like being kidnapped and then sold into slavery. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Expectation is the root of all heartache. Don't waste your love on somebody who doesn't value it. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. The course of true love never did run smooth. Go wisely and slowly. Those who rush stumble and fall. Never play with the feelings of others, because you may win the game, but the risk is that you will surely lose the person for a lifetime. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. Hell is empty and all the devils are here. These violent delights have violent ends. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. We know what we are, but not what we may be. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. The golden age is before us, not behind us. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Words are easy, like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find. When a father gives to his son, both laugh. When a son gives to his father, both cry. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. Come what come may, time and the hour run through the roughest day. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. God hath given you one face, and you make yourself another. You speak, an infinite deal of nothing. Do not swear by the moon, for she changes constantly. Then your love would also change. The first thing we do, let's kill all the lawyers. In time we hate that which we often fear. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. Do you not know I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. I am not bound to please thee with my answers. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps. Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins, and worse remains behind. So wise, so young, they say, do never live long. If we are true to ourselves, we cannot be false to anyone. Women may fall when there's no strength in men. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again. Be great in act as you have been in thought. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. To be or not to be, that is the question. Our doubts are traitors, and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. They do not love that, do not show their love. Men in rage strike those that wish them best. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. I wish my horse had the speed of your tongue. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. The empty vessel makes the loudest sound. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The silence often of pure innocence persuades when speaking fails. Strong reasons make strong actions. My love as deep, the more I give to thee, the more I have, both are infinite. We will have rings and things, and fine array. The time of life is short. To spend that shortness basely were too long. Oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Many a true word hath been spoken in jest. No legacy is so rich as honesty. Journeys end in lovers' meeting, every wise man's son doth know. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done. Reputation is an idle and most false imposition, oft got without merit and lost without deserving. You have lost no reputation at all unless you repute yourself such a loser. A young woman in love always looks like Patience on a monument smiling at grief. Thou shouldst not have been old till thou hadst been wise. For sweetest things turn sourest by their deeds. Lilies that fester smell far worse than weeds. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. I would not put a thief in my mouth to steal my brains. It's easy for someone to joke about scars if they've never been cut. Take pains, be perfect. Have more than thou showest, speak less than thou knowest, lend less than thou owest, ride more than thou goest, learn more than thou trowest, set less than thou throwest. Death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Educated men are so impressive. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Some rise by sin and some by virtue's fall. We all are men in our own natures frail and capable of our flesh. Few are angels. True hope is swift and flies with swallows' wings. If there is a good will, there is great way. What a terrible era in which idiots govern the blind. Thou waste thy words before thou givest them breath. Where love is great, the littlest doubts are fear. Where little fears grow great, great love grows there. It is excellent to have a giant's strength, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant. He that is stricken blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometime by action dignified. They say best men are molded out of faults, and for the most become much more the better for being a little bad. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. There are 3 signs of a person chosen by God. Their life is full of hardships. They mostly live alone and prefer solitude, and they are very compassionate toward animals. The art of our necessities is strange, that can make vile things precious. The miserable have no other medicine but only hope. I have hope to live, and am prepared to die. You are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face. Good without evil is like light without darkness, which in turn is like righteousness without hope. When the mind's free, the body's delicate. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. Don't trust the person who has broken faith once. Mine honor is my life, both grow in one. Take honor from me, and my life is done. Why should we rise because 'tis light? Did we lie down because 'twas night? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. If your mind dislike anything, obey it. No profit grows where is no pleasure ta'en. All is fair in love and war. Thou calledst me a dog before thou hadst a cause, but since I am a dog, beware my fangs. Women speak two languages, one of which is verbal. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit. A happy ending cannot come in the middle of the story. In such business action is eloquence, and the eyes of the ignorant more learned than the ears. The poorest service is repaid with thanks. It is a wise father who knows his own child. Love asks me no questions and gives me endless support. Don't judge a man's conscience by looking at his face, 'cause he may have a bad heart. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. The eye sees all, but the mind shows us what we want to see. I have no words. My voice is in my sword. 'Tis not enough to help the feeble up, but to support them after. Pleasure and action make the hours seem short. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Nature teaches beasts to know their friends. I wasted time, and now doth time waste me. Talking isn't doing. It is a kind of good deed to say well, and yet words are not deeds.